el mecho a mí me pela la verga.
In a world where men of the criminal underworld do anything to maintain their power, we delve into the dark shadows of the online world, where content creators sometimes clash with the ruthless forces of organized crime. From unsuspecting vloggers to outspoken critics, each story sheds light on the dangers lurking behind the screen. In this telling video, we explore the shocking accounts that expose the sinister reach of organized crime into the digital realm. Brace yourself for a gripping journey into the harrowing tales of 11 YouTubers murdered by mafias on camera. Fabio Lagarda. Fabio Andres Lagarda Liscano, a rising star in the Colombian music scene and a beloved YouTuber, had a promising future ahead of him. However, one fateful day, his life took a devastating turn. On February 7, 2019, tragedy struck as Fabio fell victim to a shooting during an attempted, unrelated car theft in Medellin, Antioquia, Colombia. Reports say that day, the artist was in an Uber, going about his day, when he was struck by a stray bullet that lodged in his head, causing severe brain damage. The talented young star was rushed to the University Hospital Clinic headquarters, Leon 13, where medical professionals fought to save his life. Despite the efforts of the medical team, Fabio's condition deteriorated rapidly. At 4:50 p.m., he entered cardiorespiratory arrest, and despite 20 minutes of resuscitation maneuvers, he tragically passed away at 5:15 p.m. The news of his death sent shockwaves through the Colombian music industry and the YouTube community. Around the time of his untimely death, Lagarda was promoting his new single, Nutella. Just hours after his demise, the official music video was released on YouTube with the words, "He who lives doesn't die, only he who's forgotten dies," written on the description box. News of Lagarda's murder prompted an outpouring of grief and condolences from fellow artists and fans alike. Colombian artists such as Carlos Vives, Fonseca, and Fanny Lu took to social media to express their shock and sadness, while also using the tragic event as an opportunity to shed light on the crime and violence plaguing their country. Maluma, a prominent Colombian artist, posted a photo of Lagarda on his Instagram story, accompanied by a heartfelt message. He expressed his disbelief and frustration at the ongoing violence in their country, urging Colombians to open their eyes and put an end to the senseless killings. Born November 18, 1989, in Popayan, Cauca, Colombia, Lagarda moved to Atlanta, United States from an early age. While there, he devoted himself to musical composition and was exposed to various genres, including salsa, merengue, reggaeton, hip-hop, pop, and R&B. Inspired by the huge influence music had on people, which helped him to develop his love for the art form. The artist worked with multi-platinum selling Grammy award-winning record producer and writer Arnold Hennings, combining the R&B and Colombian heritage to create his iconic, innovative style and flow. Before his death, Lagarda had made himself known through his single La Verdad and others, including Ya Esti Major, which he remixed with singer Andy Rivera. In 2017, he also collaborated with singers including Leslie Shaw, Nana Pelucas. Activism, challenging the powerful and exposing corruption, sometimes comes with a heavy price to pay. Such was the story of 36-year-old Leslie Ann Pamela Montenegro del Real, also known as Nana Pelucas. Residing in Acapulco, Guerrero State, Mexico, this fearless content creator used her platform to discuss political issues and shed light on social injustice. Nana's YouTube channel became a haven for those seeking alternative perspectives and a voice for the marginalized. Known for her signature big wigs, glasses, and infectious smiles, this lady fearlessly tackled issues that most other social media creators shied away from. She used humor and satire to speak out against corrupt politicians and expose the secrets of Mexican drug cartels. Undoubtedly, Nana's thought-provoking videos and unwavering determination to tell the truth earned her admiration and enemies, some of whom accused her of working as a government informant. Some also alleged she was the administrator for an Acapulco forum, which made accusations against alleged members of gangs fighting for control of the city. These accusations came with several death threats. In December 2016, several narcomantas, banners carrying messages from cartels, were positioned around Acapulco. These contained threats aimed at several individuals, including Pelucas and her husband Samuel Munuzuri, in a bid to intimidate them to stop revealing cartel activities. Undeterred, Nana continued her online activism, using her charisma to fearlessly address topics like inequality, corruption, and the influence of drug cartels in Mexico, despite the danger surrounding her. Unknown Unknown to her, her ruthless pursuit of justice allegedly caught the attention of powerful drug lord Javi Daniel Cervantes Magno, aka, who ordered her assassination. Official reports state a group of armed individuals broke into her restaurant, Todos Los Santos, in the Costa Azul area of Acapulco on February 5, 2018. That day, several reports say 2 assassins, having entered the restaurant, shot Nana 3 times, the bullets catching her in the head and torso, killing her immediately. Also, reports suggest an unnamed local official, apparently angered by the YouTuber's utterances, conspired with the cartel to silence her forever. Undoubtedly, the news of Nana's death sent shockwaves through the online community and beyond. Her murder highlights the dangers faced by those who dare to expose the criminal activities of Mexico's drug cartels or challenge powerful, corrupt government officials who'd go to any length to safeguard their dark secrets. Also, her tragic demise serves as a reminder that speaking the truth can come at an expensive cost. Daniela Patino. Daniela Patino, a 22-year-old from Belo, Colombia, had dreams of making it big on YouTube. Little did she know that her pursuit of fame would lead her down a path of darkness and danger. In August 2019, Daniela left her home, lured by the promise of a job opportunity in Spain. However, her journey took an unexpected, terrifying turn after she arrived in Guatemala. After just a few days in the country, she began sending desperate messages to her family, expressing fear for her life. She believed she was being coerced into prostitution and knew she had to escape. In one chilling message she wrote, "They are going to kill me. If they kill me, report this place in Zone 10 of Guatemala, on the road to El Salvador." Daniela's pleas for help yielded no fruit as she found herself trapped in a foreign land, surrounded by danger. She reached out to someone she thought could assist her, a man identified as Jonathan N., also known as the Panther. But instead of offering her a lifeline, he coldly dismissed her concerns. Worse, did something worse than ignoring her. "Daniela, it's not easy to get 3 million Mexican pesos in the blink of an eye without being asked many questions," he had told her. When she asked him to call the police, he simply said, "Daniela, you're in another country now, and it is ruled by the law of the country. You have to call them." Jonathan's callous response left Daniela feeling even more helpless. She was alone, trapped in a dangerous situation with no one to turn to. As days turned into weeks, her family grew increasingly worried as they lost contact with her. September 10th marked the day when Daniela's family last heard from her. The days that followed were filled with anxiety and uncertainty. Then on September 17th, a friend made a horrifying discovery. Photos published in Mexican media revealed Daniela's lifeless body, naked and badly decomposed, washed up on a beach in Playa del Carmen. The news of Daniela's murder sent shockwaves through her family and the YouTube community. Her dreams of becoming a successful vlogger were tragically cut short, leaving her loved ones devastated. The Mexican and Colombian governments stepped in to assist in repatriating her body. Still, no amount of support could ease the pain of their loss. As the investigation unfolded, authorities identified Jonathan N. as the prime suspect in Daniela's murder. This dangerous individual, who had taken over leadership of the Los Pelones, a gang associated with the notorious Sinaloa cartel, was finally apprehended in the Solidaridad district of Quintana Roo, Mexico. Although Jonathan's arrest brought some semblance of justice, it couldn't erase the pain and grief felt by Daniela's family. The Los Pelones, once part of the powerful Sinaloa cartel led by Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, had claimed another innocent life, Compa Jorge. What happens when a car enthusiast collides with men of the Mexican drug underworld? Jorge Luis, better known as El Compa Jorge, was a car enthusiast who captured the hearts of thousands with his passion for vehicles. Originally from Culiacan, Sinaloa, Mexico, Jorge's YouTube channel, with over 63,000 subscribers, became a hub for car lovers seeking inspiration and entertainment. George's charismatic personality and genuine love for cars resonated with his audience, earning him a loyal fan base across Mexico. His videos showcased his extensive knowledge of automobiles, especially Razor-type ATVs, helping him solidify his status as a respected authority in the automotive community. Although successful at what he did, little did his followers know that behind the scenes, Jorge's life was about to take a dangerous turn. It all started with Jorge's controversial encounter with Ivan Archivaldo, son of the now incarcerated Joaquin El Chapo Guzman and a leader within the Los Chapitos faction of the notorious Sinaloa cartel. Although the details of their meeting remain a mystery, Jorge revealed in a 2021 video that Ivan, fond of the sound equipment in his car, only inquired about the brand before giving him his number. This meeting, he remarked, happened many years ago and at a time when he didn't know the cartel leader's identity. However, following the video's release, tragedy struck on April 18, 2022, when a group of assailants, allegedly from a drug cartel and seeking revenge, ambushed Jorge. That fateful day, the YouTuber had announced via his Instagram account that he attended a bank branch. Barely 45 minutes after his announcement, at 1:45 p.m., 2 armed men intercepted and gunned him down outside outside his home on Gilberto Owen Street, between Juan Ruiz de Alarcón and Jose Vasconcelos Streets, just 2 blocks from the 9th Military Zone in Culiacan. According to eyewitnesses, the gunman arrived at the scene in a newly modeled gray SUV-type Toyota car. They fired repeatedly at him, striking him at least 10 times with a 9mm weapon before fleeing in an unknown direction in the exact same vehicle. Following the attack, emergency personnel arrived at the scene, transferring Jorge to a rehabilitation clinic on Francisco de Madero Street in the Las Vegas colony. However, while in transit, the YouTuber died in the ambulance, the doctors confirming him dead upon arrival. The hit wasn't the only time the 37-year-old had been targeted. Before it, the YouTuber was kidnapped by alleged cartel members who thought he was affiliated with the Sinaloa cartel. Nevertheless, he was later released after allegedly proving to have no connection with the cartel. The news of Jorge's shocking murder sent shockwaves through the Mexican online community, leaving his followers and fellow YouTubers in disbelief. Undoubtedly, his loss left a void in the hearts of the online car enthusiast community, his demise a testament to the dangers lurking around even for those loved by many in society. Juan Luise. Sometimes an audacious lifestyle breeds danger in the corners, and for some YouTubers like Juan Luise, there's no escape. Juan Luis Lagunas Rosales, popularly known as El Pirata de Culiacan, grew up in a neighborhood plagued by poverty and violence. Seeking an escape from his harsh reality, he turned to parties, alcohol, and drugs, documenting his wild escapades on his YouTube channel. Born in Villa Juarez in Sinaloa, Luis grew up not knowing his dad while his mom abandoned him with his grandmother. Without a father, the YouTuber grew up wild, dropping out of school at 15 before moving to Culiacan, where he washed cars on the streets. Years later, photos and videos showing him drinking alcohol, taking drugs, and posing with wads of money, women, luxury cars, and weapons began circulating on the internet in Mexico. As a content creator, Luis's provocative actions and larger-than-life personality quickly caught the attention of his growing audience. His videos showcased a world of excess indulgence, captivating viewers drawn to his carefree and rebellious spirit. At only 17, the YouTuber had over 1 million Facebook followers, with over 323,000 following him on Instagram. As Luis's popularity soared, his videos reached the eyes and ears of an influential cartel member. Intrigued by the young YouTuber's audacity and disregard for traditional societal norms, this drug trafficker saw an opportunity to exploit his influence for some gain. The notorious drug trafficker approached Luis, offering him a taste of the lavish lifestyle he'd always wished for. Apparently, this association gave Luis the boldness to talk more. However, he soon made some uncanny utterances that sealed his fate forever. The teenager released a video of him insulting the notorious Nemesio Ruben Oseguera Cervantes, infamously known as El Mencho. This man happens to be one of Mexico's most dangerous drug lords and the leader of the new generation cartel of Jalisco, or CJang. The video, recorded while he was drunk, shows Luis uttering the words, "El Mencho can suck my dick." Accompanying those words, he boasted about his invincibility while mocking the drug lord. But he made another grave mistake when, several days later, he announced the exact location and time of a party he'd attend at the Menta 2 Cantaros bar in Jalisco, an area controlled by El Mencho. That was the last time Luis appeared on the internet. Upon arriving at the bar, several armed men approached him and opened fire at him. The teenager died instantly, having sustained between 15 and 18 bullet wounds. Authorities managed to identify Juan Luis by his tattoos. Luis's story is a cautionary tale highlighting the dangers that may arise from what we say. Keilani Buu. In the social media world, Instagram influencer Keilani Buu stood out for her taste for controversial lifestyle. With over 59,000 Instagram followers and 136,000 more on Facebook, this lady had a loyal fan base who eagerly awaited her every post. As a Mexican social media sensation, Keilani always immersed herself in controversy. Her Instagram feed was a window into a world of luxury and excess as she flaunted her opulent lifestyle, posting images of herself behind the wheel of a BMW or stepping into a Ford Mustang and jet-setting to exotic destinations. But it wasn't just the material possessions that Keilani showcased on her social media platforms. In a shocking display of bravado, she posted photos of herself pointing a gun at the camera or depicting an assault rifle with bullets spelling out her name. Others showed her displaying drugs, a chilling testament to the dangerous path she threaded. Although her provocative content drew criticism from several members of the society who accused her of promoting drug use and glorifying violence, Keilani's followers were undoubtedly captivated by the allure of her seemingly perfect life, unaware of the dangers that lurked beneath the surface, these ultimately leading to her untimely demise. On July 17, 2019, news of the brutal murder of the Mexican YouTube influencer, whose real name was Araceli Jimenez, began to circulate online. Mexican authorities reported Keilani's life was tragically cut short when she was shot dead in a bar located in the Nezahualcóyotl municipality near Mexico City. Per reports, the perpetrators were members of the notorious drug cartel La Union Tepido, whom Keilani allegedly had links to alongside her father. In fact, available information suggests she belonged to the cartel, being involved in drug sales and extortion. Further investigations reveal she planned to potentially blackmail or harm a deputy and 2 others before her death. Regarding the reason for her assassination, sources report Keilani was taken out apparently because she knew too much. Until today, the true extent of Keilani's involvement with La Union Tepido remained unclear. Was she an unwitting pawn in their dangerous game, or did she willingly align herself with the cartel in pursuit of power and protection? Although answers to these questions may never be fully known, what is certain is that Keilani's story is an exemplary saga about the dangers that could lurk behind the glamorous facade of social media fame. Maria Susanna Flores Games. Sometimes presumed good people end up associating with the bad guys until it's too late, and they end up losing their lives. On Saturday, November 24, 2012, Maria Susanna Flores Games, a 20-year-old Mexican beauty queen, met her tragic end during a harrowing gun battle between soldiers and a gang of drug traffickers she was traveling with. Maria, also called Susie, was crowned the 2012 Woman of Sinaloa in a beauty pageant in February of that year. The young, beautiful lady who dreamt of representing her country internationally also competed in the prestigious Our Beauty Sinaloa contest, hoping to secure the Miss Mexico title and the opportunity to participate in the renowned Miss Universe pageant. Although she didn't win, Susie was seemingly on the path to a promising future in beauty pageantry. However, her lofty dreams came crashing down on that day, and Susie would never live to tell the tale. On a fateful November day in northern Mexico, Maria was shot multiple times during the gun battle. Her lifeless body was discovered lying near an assault rifle on a rural road in Sinaloa, the stronghold state of Mexico's most powerful drug gang, the Sinaloa cartel. According to state prosecutor Marco Antonio Higuera, Maria was traveling in one of the vehicles that engaged soldiers in an hours-long chase and running gun battle near her native city of Guamuchil. During the incident, the gang desperately attempted to evade capture. The confrontation reached its climax when the gang was cornered at a safe house in the town of Mocorito, and their vehicles stopped on a nearby roadway. During the gun battle, 2 other gang members of the drug gang were killed and 4 apprehended. Following the confrontation, the authorities seized 6 vehicles, drugs, and weapons, the aftermath of the shootout leaving a trail of devastation, with Maria's life tragically cut short and her dreams shattered. The details surrounding her involvement in the gun battle remain murky. Until today, it's unclear whether she actively participated in the shootout or was merely caught in the crossfire. Like many beauty queens, Maria's life was filled with promise and potential. She was enrolled in media courses at a local university and had been modeling since at least 2009. Her social media presence showcased a world of glamour and beauty, capturing the attention and admiration of her followers. However, her association with the gang of drug traffickers ultimately sealed her tragic fate. El Chanito. Inspired by Juan Luise's death, another Mexican teen YouTuber, simply known as El Chanito de Goyacán, decided seeking revenge for his friend's demise was the best approach. This teen, disregarding caution like his friend, decided to take on El Mencho. In a viral video, the teenager pushed beyond the boundaries when he insulted El Mencho, mocking Luis for his excessive alcohol consumption and daring to challenge the ruthless CJ Yang leader. Seemingly trying to outdo El Pirata and gain clout, El Chanito took his provocations to a high level. He called out El Mencho, saying he was out to seek revenge for his friend's death. The video showed El Chanito holding a rifle with a rifle-wielding child whose face was covered with a mask, also present in the footage. They cursed El Mencho, calling him stupid. It goes without saying that this audacious move not only caught the attention of his fans, but also put him on the radar of the very people he was taunting. Indeed, the video sent shockwaves through the online community, with many expressing concern for his safety. However, the act would seal El Chanito's fate, once again proving that crossing paths with the cartels, even in the realm of social media, could have deadly consequences. Fearing for his life, El Mencho had made an unexpected move. Just days after his video went viral, El Chanito released another one, this time seeking forgiveness from the CJ Yang boss. In a somber tone, the YouTuber expressed regret for his actions, explaining he had a mental illness and had been under the influence of alcohol when he made the previous video. It was a desperate plea for mercy, a realization that he'd crossed a line that could have dire consequences. The consequences of El Chanito's actions were indeed grave, as the CJNG decided to take him out. It wasn't long before he found himself in the crosshairs of those he had dared to challenge. For a while after the apology video, no one heard from El Chanito, leaving many to suspect he'd been killed. Then one day, an anonymous Redditor posted a horrific video showing the teenager's gruesome murder. The video showed El Chanito being beheaded by CJNG sicarios in the most ruthless manner ever seen on screen. It didn't help that several commenters wrote he deserved what happened to him, with one person saying that's the life he chose for himself, no sympathy for him, and another adding, do stupid things, get stupid rewards, totally deserved. Paulina Arola Perez. In the shadowy realm of organized crime, Paulina Arola Perez found herself entangled in a web of danger and deceit. Ex-girlfriend of an assassinated cartel boss, El Alexis Martinez, Paulina's life took a devastating turn on June 9, 2021, when several assailants ruthlessly gunned her down after falling victim to a sinister ruse. Paulina, a stunning and glamorous woman, once reveled in a life of opulence and luxury. She traveled the world with her mobster boyfriend, wearing designer clothing and indulging in extravagant holidays. Their social media feeds were filled with envy-inducing snapshots of their adventures in Dubai, Athens, and Toronto. But beneath the wealth and glamour, a dark undercurrent flowed. Her former boyfriend, Alexis Martinez, was a prominent leader in the notorious La Union Tepito criminal group. This cartel, infamous for its involvement in the sale of narcotics, also carried out kidnappings, extortion, and murder in and around the Mexican capital. Despite enjoying the good life she shared with him, Paulina's association with Martinez proved to be a fatal connection. After Martinez's assassination by a hitman disguised as a food delivery man, Paulina's life, unknown to her, became numbered. With her source of wealth and protection gone, the social media celebrity was forced to find alternative means of survival. Desperate to make ends meet, she sold shoes online, hoping to carve out a new path. Little did Paulina know that her pursuit of a humble income would lead her straight into the clutches of her demise. On the day of her untimely demise, a supposed client lured the glam lady into a meeting after expressing interest in purchasing her shoes. Unknown to her, this client was nothing more than a facade, a fake shoe salesman with an evil agenda. As Paulina innocently met with the bogus client, gunmen on motorbikes ambushed her and her friend, Eduardo Arturo Trejo, in a calculated and brutal attack. Bullets rained down upon them, shattering their lives in an instant. Paulina suffered a hail of gunfire, sustaining 9 gunshot wounds, while Eduardo endured 2. Despite the swift arrival of paramedics and police, their injuries proved fatal, leaving them succumbing to their wounds in the hospital. According to reports, Paulina's boyfriend, El Alexis, was murdered in March 2021. Following his death, she shared her heartbreak on social media, posting the poignant message, "Someday we will meet again." Indeed, just months after, both were reunited in the afterlife, proving that not even those once immersed in the world of cartels are safe from the clutches of violence. Super Chinelo. The tragic story of Super Chinelo, a YouTuber who dedicated his channel to sharing the vibrant tradition of the Chinelo dance, will always be told for decades to come. Born Ruben Ortega, this man, whose only joy was seeing his culture advance, was shot like a dog in the streets, apparently without cause or provocation. Followed by thousands on YouTube, Super Chinelo was a cultural communicator who bridged the gap between generations, preserving his community's rich heritage. He broadcast local festivals alongside interviews and reports, showing the best of his people on YouTube. Famous for his characteristic red masks, Super Chinelo's YouTube channel was a hub for many learning about the traditional Mexican dance form. His videos showcased the intricate costumes, lively music, and energetic movements that defined the Chinelo dance. Through his passionate performances and engaging tutorials, the YouTuber brought the joy and spirit of this cultural tradition, not only to Mexicans, but also to a global audience. However, despite his lovable personality and services to his community, the 45-year-old turned into the target of the most atrocious crime. Indeed, no one was prepared for what Super Chinelo was about to suffer. Yet sadly, his life took a devastating turn when several assailants ambushed him outside his home. Per reports, 2 armed men dressed in white shot Ortega multiple times after he got out of a white car and was about to open the door of his house before fleeing the scene. Reports say 1 bullet caught him in the face. Neighbors dialed 911 after hearing the gunshots and seeing the famous YouTuber lying on the ground. As it turned out, his wife, also in the vehicle, was wounded in the attack, while their 4-year-old son was unharmed. Following the shooting, Mexico's National Guard and paramedics arrived at the scene before rushing the YouTuber to the hospital. Unfortunately, despite their best efforts, he died, marking the end of one so loved in his community. When information regarding his death was released via his Facebook handle, many questioned who was behind his death and for what purpose. Although details surrounding the murder remain shrouded in mystery, and there's no concrete evidence revealing those responsible for the shooting, locals speculate a cartel ordered the hit. Super Chinelo Chinelo's death left his followers and the community in shock and mourning. It also left a void in the hearts of those who admired his dedication to preserving and celebrating Mexico's cultural heritage. Kevin Calatri. Who knew being a comedian could come with its dangers? You know, so much so that one's life is snuffed out in cold blood? Kevin Brian Flores Calatri, a talented actor, comedian, and social media influencer known for his talent and infectious humor, was a beloved figure in the Mexican online world. His videos brought joy to thousands of viewers, and his popularity soared as he amassed a large following across various social media platforms. Born in Puerto Rico and living in New Mexico, this man became instantly famous for sharing interactive videos online. Aside from being a well-known TikToker who often talked about his passion for motorcycles and uploaded community videos, Calatri was notorious for showing off his luxurious lifestyle. Like many other artists, he posted pictures and videos of his belongings and achievements on social media. Indeed, Calatri was the kind of guy you could say had everything working out well for him. However, life can sometimes have other plans, and tragically, the young influencer horribly met an untimely demise. On May 4th, 2023, the day he died, Calatri was promoting his new theater show La Escuelita during a press conference at a hotel on Benjamin Franklin and Omatusco streets in the plush Condesa neighborhood of New Mexico. According to eyewitness accounts, several gunmen on a green motorcycle arrived at the conference venue around 5 p.m. before opening fire on the 26-year-old, shooting him 3 times in the head. Footage of the shooting shows transgender singer, YouTube influencer, and co-star Wendy Guevara being interviewed when the killers approached Calatri before firing a hail of bullets at him. Following the shooting, elements of the Roma sector of the Secretariat of Citizen Security responded to the emergency of a report of gunshots. Upon arriving at the scene, they confirmed a man was on the ground and had bloodstains on his face. Paramedics also confirmed the artist dead at the scene. The police, launching a manhunt for the attackers, reportedly arrested one about an hour later, 3 kilometers away from the murder scene, after tracking him using the city's CCTV system. Recounting the incident, Guevara mentioned that the sight sent her into shock and left her very nervous, as she'd never experienced anything like it before. The motive behind his killing remains a mystery, leaving investigators and the public searching for answers. Nevertheless, some suggest the artist is yet another victim of Mexico's cartel killings. What adds to the mystery of this incident is that Calatri posted a troubling message on social media just hours before he was fatally shot. That day, he'd shared a motivational post on his Instagram page which read, "There are times when you want to throw in the towel and leave everything out of fear, but never give up. Sometimes the next key may be the one that opens the door." Did you enjoy this video? Click on the card currently showing on your screen for other interesting videos.